Hello, I'm Amber. This is Launch Sequence. We have 15 weekends left until it is time for us to have our house ready and be ready to move out. We are going to rent our house as part of our world schooling adventure, and I am going to quit my job and we are going to go travel the world. And it is very, very exciting, but 15 weekends is not a lot of time. I am a full-time corporate girly, and a single mom, so it's just me doing all of the adult work around here. I've grouped it into a couple of buckets to try to help myself keep it all straight. So the first bucket is the house itself. I'm looking around at my house. There are a number of things that I need to get cleaned up. There's an old trampoline that needs to be taken down. There's outside things, inside things, but all house itself, the structure itself. Number two is our belongings. So I'm trying to pare down all of our belongings, get rid of anything that we won't need in the next phase. We're coming back, but we need to store all of our stuff. And so while we are storing that stuff, I don't want to pay for more storage than I have to. Obviously, we'll keep our beds, we'll keep our major furniture that we love and our favorite clothes that we aren't taking on our trip. All of that we will keep, but we're going to store it. And so the less that we have to store, the better. We will also be likely storing some stuff at a relative's house so that when we switch seasons, we can go ahead and do that pretty easily without purchasing new clothes. Although we may end up purchasing clothes on the road. That's just part of life. Things wear out, people grow, especially kids. So yeah, that may just happen. Okay, so we have house, we have belongings. The third category is travel itinerary stuff, like getting all of our flights booked, our hotels booked, our Airbnbs, our homeschool paperwork, all of those like things that are to do with the plan itself. That is the next category, and that's a big one. I feel like that one, I've still got another month or two before I'm really, I feel like the end of February is when I need to start nailing that down. And then the fourth one is paperwork, and I've already talked about that before. That's going to be a whole other fun job. So those are the four categories of things that I'm trying to tackle in the next 15 weeks for our move / study abroad effort. And I will be having you guys come along and follow with me. Okay, on the subject of belongings and decluttering, I have been looking through like sentimental things that I have, like old journals and photographs and things like that. I don't feel like I have the time nor the interest to go ahead and scan all of those photos in. So for the most part, I'm going to give it a quick run through. I'm not going to get rid of things that are sentimental to me or my kiddos. But things that I think I want to keep, I'm going to keep in a box, and anything that's not good. Like I'm a Gen X kid, and I have a bunch of photos from like field trips when I was a teenager, and there are like one or two great photos from that whole roll, but then I have duplicates of most of them, and I have a whole roll of mainly bad photos. So I'm going to just go ahead and let those things go. Nobody wants, I don't even want those. So I am letting those types of things, sentimental things go. My journals, I was looking through some of those today, and I decided, and maybe this is a controversial thing, but I feel like we're starting a new year. Like this is my Jubilee year. I want complete freedom. I want to let go of the past. And my goal this year is to be as me as I can be. Like that is actual true freedom. It's just being yourself. And so I'm reading through them, kind of processing and hopefully looking at things with a gentler eye. I mean, I know for sure that I'm looking at things with a gentler eye. I was reading through my journals when I was in college, and I was reading through all poor younger Amber's personal goals and struggles and feeling inadequate because I didn't say read my scriptures every day, or and read the Old Testament all the way through like I had planned to one year, or like things that growing up in a strict religious community, that if you set those kind of goals and you didn't meet them, that I don't know if people explicitly told me that that was bad and gave me guilt, but they probably didn't have to, because I just felt it internally on my own. And so now looking back at that with much gentler eyes, I'm like, oh, young Amber, you did the best you could. And it's okay if you haven't read through the Old Testament in a year. And it's okay if you missed a day of reading your scriptures. Like, God still loves you, and you're still one of his favorites. It's fine. So looking back on those with gentler eyes, I am processing all of that and looking forward to burning it all. And I have a fire pit thing that we use sometimes in our backyard. And my plan is, when the weather is favorable for this, I'm going to go ahead and burn those journals. At least the pages from them. Some of them have like a plastic cover and stuff, so I won't burn that part, obviously, because I need to be a friend to the earth. But the paper pages I will be burning, and I'm actually really excited. I feel like it's just going to be cathartic, and this amazing experience to go forth with the second half of my life, which I feel like my Jubilee year is, right? Like, if I'm real lucky, I get another 50 years, and I'm 49 now. I turn 50 this year. And if I'm real lucky, I get another 50. And I want to just be as me can be. That is my goal for the year and for life. And so letting go of the old and burning it down. If you've ever burned your journals from when you were younger, how did it feel? Part of me is excited to do this, and part of me is a little scared. But in the event that something happens to me, I want the life I lived to be the record of my life, and not my inner thoughts that were tumultuous. So that is my goal.